What's going to happen in the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse sequel? I've got a theory about Miles' powers, and I'll tell you about it right now on Fan Theories.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Fan Theories on GameSpot Universe, a new series where we discuss and break down the best fan theories for all the movies and shows that we love.
And speaking of a movie that we loved, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse now is available to watch at home, and Chastity has a rather interesting theory about that movie and the sequel. Which dimension do you think Chastity is in right now?
I don't know. Where you at, girl?
Hey guys, I'm traveling through spider dimensions right now and I don't know where I am, but I do know that I have a favorite fan theory for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse thanks to this Reddit user right here, or wherever. Everything's glitching. Alright, so unlike the other spider heroes, Miles was bitten by a spider from a different dimension. Ugh. This will be a major plot point for the sequel and have an effect on Miles' powers and his abilities to travel to other universes. Alright, here's my proof. So the spider that bit Miles is seen glitching out, which is a clear sign that it's from a different dimension. I think it entered his universe during one of Kingpin's previous tests. So where's the spider from? Maybe Spider-Man 2099's dimension. At the very least, I believe that Spider-Man 2099 knows about it. From this post-credit sequence, it seemed like he was watching the events of the movie unfold. Also, O'Brien 4 had a great sub-theory. So if this spider is from a different universe, what if that spider DNA starts to disintegrate because it no longer exists, and then Miles loses his powers? Maybe Spidey 2099 can help him out with that.
So it's Spider-Greg.
Spider-Greg?
Yes.
What's Spider-Greg's powers?
So it's like pushing daisies. If I touch someone or they touch me or skin to skin, they turn into a spider. Boom. I gotta wear gloves or something.
Like Rogue? Anyway, Spider-Verse is getting a sequel. What do you guys think's gonna happen? Do you like my theory?
It's amazing.
Thank you.
Yes, the sequel is much wanted from us, and the theory sounds fantastic.
I love it. I'm really into this. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, so nice. You guys are in such a good mood today. That's so great.
I think the theory is a lot better than the idea of Spider-Greg.
Well, what about Spider Ryan? What are Spider Ryan's powers?
Yeah, what's your powers?
Wouldn't be that good. Yeah, you beat me.
See, there you go.
Oh my god, you did it.
Turn me back into a human, please.
I don't know how to do that. Hell. Okay, let's go into everything we do know about the sequel so far that's confirmed. Let's start with the directors. We got Joaquim Dos Santos. He directed the Avatar: Last Airbender and Netflix's Voltron series. And it's gonna be written by David Callahan. He did, let's see here, The Expendables and Wonder Woman 1984. Also, he's doing Zombieland 2.
Sounds awesome.
Right.
I dig that. All right.
Promising,
We dig those
promising,
movies, so
yeah.
we would definitely dig the sequel.
So yes, Sony's developing this sequel. They also have a spin-off announced for the female characters with Gwen and some other female spider heroes, but that's for a different conversation. So yeah, let's see. What did we learn from the end of the first Spider-Verse? So we know that Gwen and Miles are able to communicate across dimensions somehow, in some way.
Yeah.
And that's all we know. It's like he was laying down and she kind of calls out to him and he can hear that. So what do you think that implies?
Sequel.
Well, definitely sequel, but I think it implies also that they're gonna have a romantic interest between these two.
Yes.
Definitely, which would be awesome to see on the screen.
And it's canon. It's happened once before in Marvel now, so it's not out of nowhere. But I would like to see that. I think that's cute.
Yeah. Is it more just a scream, a call for help from one side to another, and then someone has to go save the other one, or is there going to be more?
It looked really casual. That
Yeah,
call
it
just
did.
sounded like she was just checking in to say hi, like just someone trying to maintain a long distance relationship.
I like this.
Aw, long distance relationship, Spider-Man. We can also assume that Miles Morales will be a better Spider-Man come the sequel. He'll be more attuned to being Spider-Man and stronger
Yeah.
and more powerful.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's a lot like we've seen in every series, where that montage at the opening is going to be him just beating up bad guys, like maybe Rhino or somebody ties him up. All right, and he's just like eating a chocolate bar and then walks off, and then that's the next thing, and then he goes back home. It's quick. It's easy. I'm happy we don't have to deal with an origin story anymore. I'm okay with this. No more Spidey origins, please.
Origin stories are played out.
Okay, so if you remember back to the post-credits scene with Spider-Man 2099, played by Oscar Isaac, I hope he comes back, and
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he will.
Yeah.
So it seemed like he was monitoring the events of that movie. And so the first thing that he did before the meme happened and he was talking to the doppelganger, he's like, he asked him to come with him. So I think he needs more spider heroes. Like, there's a threat he can't take on by himself.
Yes.
And I think that's what's going to come into play. He and Miles are going to team up somehow. He might have seen Miles becoming Spider-Man, like, as he was monitoring all this happening. What do you guys think of that?
Now, this feels more like a subtle, like Thanos at the end of Avengers kind of thing, where it's setting up a bigger story. I don't feel like they're going to take this and have 2099 and do mirror the exact same thing we already got in the first one. So I feel like maybe this is just a little bit of him coming in later into the story. It's not going to take over the entire story yet, where we have a bigger thing going on in the multiverse that's going to take maybe a trilogy or longer to figure out.
Yeah.
I guess the one thing I would ask is, we do see in that clip, in that post-credits teaser, that he says, take me all the way back to the very beginning, to 1967. So what does that mean for the whole spectrum of where this sequel could explore?
I mean, okay, so that was for the payoff of just
course.
having the pointing,
Yeah.
the pointing meme, but it proves that he can go anywhere. So can he go to like the 90s animated show?
Yeah, he's like time traveling all over the place.
Yep,
Definitely.
yep.
And he says the words he says, one last time. It sounded a little bit weird to me. It's like, there must be some reason why he needs to go back for this final visit.
Or he's just been surveying all of these different spider people in different points in time, and he wants to go back to the beginning again. He's like, all right, let's go back to number one over there.
Right.
Mr.
I'm possibly putting way too much weight on this, and it's just for the meme.
I think it's for the meme.
It's
but
for the.
who
It was
knows?
for the meme. It was 100% for the meme, and it was totally worth it. But yeah, I think it implies that he's the one building the team. Like, everyone's just kind of doing their own thing, but he has plans to build a team of spider
He
people.
has
The
a
Nick
little bit more
Fury
knowledge than anyone
of the
else does.
Spider-Man. Okay.
All right, speaking of spider people, so let's talk about the first movie. Who are our favorite spider heroes from the first one that you want to see come back?
Noir. Spider-Man Noir.
Noir, yeah.
But
Nick Cage, so
we need more
good.
Nick Cage. That
So
was
good.
completely surprised by that at the moment, and I think we need more of it.
Now, I say that, but we know damn well that there's our audience, we're getting older. Spider Ham is going to take over the majority of that film. I'm just counting on it now. I'm saying
I
it.
hope not too much. I'm like, he's funny, and I like John Mulaney, but I hope they don't go too hard on the
Agreed.
Spider Ham.
They're going all in on Spider-Ham. He will be in the first poster. I'm telling you, guys.
Gotta
it's
sell those toys.
Toys.
Why are you drinking Spider Man?
Okay,
Is he taking a bath or something?
Oh,
He lights
Oh,
up.
he lights up.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And now he's drowning.
okay, so we're obviously going to get more spider heroes in this one. So let's talk about who we want to see. But first, Phil Lord, Chris Miller, they talked about who they want to add. So they want Silk and Spider-Punk. So if you're not familiar, Silk is Cindy Moon. She's a Korean-American woman who was bit by the same spider that bit Peter. Peter's stronger, but Silk has better agility, and her spider sense is like off the charts compared to the other spider heroes. So I think that's really cool. And also, she actually has webs that come out of her fingertips. She doesn't need any kind of device on her arm. Also, how does she touch anything or do anything on a daily basis? That sounds difficult,
Yeah.
Oh my
but
God.
cool.
I'm down for this. Okay.
Yeah.
100%,
All right, I
yeah.
want to see her.
Yeah, Silk's cool. And then there is Spider-Punk, who was one of my favorite suits in the PS4 game.
That's all I know about him.
Same here.
And I was surprised to learn that it's actually Hobie Brown is Spider-Punk, and he leads a revolution against President Norman Osborn in his universe, and he tries to take him down and his segregational system. So he is about the people, and he's got similar powers to Peter, but he also has a spider army of followers. So like when you're trying to fight against him, he's just got all these other spider people with him, and it's impossible. It's like, which one is he? There's too many Spider-Punks, I can't tell.
Awesome. Spider-Man in politics. I
Okay.
can go with it.
I have a feeling this is 100% going to happen in the next movie. That's all I'll say on that. That's going to happen.
A spider revolution.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's who Lord and Miller want to see, but who do we want to see? More importantly, who do we want to see in the next Spider-Verse that we can give advice to Hollywood about? Number one, I want to see Spider's Man, which is just a bunch of spiders that form Spider-Man and think they're Peter Parker, because that is ridiculous, and I think it would work really well, and also very hard to animate. I'm
that would be
sorry,
great.
That will look great.
That would look great animated. The 3D graphics for that, yeah, I'm ready for that. And also, they'd be super creepy.
Really gross. Super gross, but I'm so ready for it.
I can see the scene now where Miles is like trying to touch him, and then all of a sudden he just falls apart.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
And they're just like, "You're not Peter." They're like, "Yes, we are."
Yes, we
are. Just a bunch of bugs. Gross.
Okay, what about Arachnite? It's the one where Moon Knight and Spider-Man, they fuse together for a second because of the Infinity Stones.
Like this?
Something like that. But I can see them doing that too if they want to bring in Moon Knight at any point.
Guys,
wait,
I got a better one.
Oh.
It's Golden Sponge Cake Spider-Man.
What the hell is that?
What are you talking about?
It's literally he threw sponge cakes at the enemies. Hostess sponge cakes.
An ad?
It happened in the comics. Can you imagine
so
fighting enemies
he throws
with desserts?
He throws Twinkies and stuff.
Yeah,
that's it. He has no powers whatsoever.
Guys, it's the most positive. It's the most positive Spider-Man ever.
And he's got snacks for the whole team. Okay, all right, I'm in. That sounds pretty good.
Greg, with the success of PS4 Spider-Man, how about some more Spider Cop?
Okay.
Spider Cop,
Spider
yes.
Cop?
I love that VO when he pretends to be a cop and Yuri just gets really fed up.
We got to see more of that in there. Also, with Captain Marvel coming out, I think Cosmic Spider-Man, which was really big in the comic books, would probably do really well.
Oh yeah, they do have the whole things with the Eternals and everything going on in Marvel, and so the MCU, and Sony's doing their whole thing, but I can see them kind of still teetering around that whole thing.
Let's get
Spider-Man try to get close. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Also, another one, Man Spider. You guys heard of Man Spider?
No.
Kind of like Man Bat.
He's like a devolved Spider-Man that was made by Magneto, and it's like as if a radioactive human bit a spider.
That's my favorite. I think that's my favorite.
This is actually big in the animated series.
Oh my god.
I love that.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to picture a human crawling around.
Yeah, it's pretty gross looking, but I think it would be funny for the movie.
Oh, this is like a Cronenberg film I want to see.
What does the human look like?
Oh, I love this.
We actually saw like one of the most popular versions of it in Spider-Man, the animated series. It would look amazing on the big screen.
I just want to see the part where the human bites the spider.
Have Jeff Goldblum voice that character. He's got to do it. Yes.
Okay, I'm in now.
All right, what about villains? So let's see, what villains could we get for this sequel? So we have a really dark theory from our own Matt Elfring.
It's your boy.
Hi, Matt Elfring, and he said, if you want to get dark, Morlun is behind it all. He's a member of the Inheritors, a race of beings that feed on spider people from different universes. He eats the spider people.
That's horrible.
He's running the show.
Matt, that's extremely dark.
Eat all the spider people.
So basically, to stop him and his people from eating all the spider people in different dimensions.
Spidey 299 has to find them. Okay.
That might be the threat. Maybe that's the threat. So a little bit more here. So the term Spider-Verse is originally from the Morlun story from a few years ago, where Morlun decides that he and his family should spread out across the universes to hunt down all the spider heroes. So the thing about him is his blood contains the DNA of every single living creature, and he's able to drain the life force of others with just physical contact. Like Spider Greg. Wow.
I think we found our winner.
So that gives him strength and power, so he's pretty much unstoppable, but he needs to constantly feed on others, otherwise he will eventually weaken. So that's his story, but imagine taking your kids to Spider-Verse 2 and it's about cannibalism.
They start eating different Spider-Man.
And
he's just touching them, but it's more like a vampire than a cannibal, but that's still really dark for a cartoon. Really dark for a cartoon.
Everyone's picking up that toy.
Poor Spider-Ham gets picked up and he's just like, no. And he drains the life force from Spider-Ham.
Then he eats him.
And then he eats him. Because he's a pig.
I mean,
this is too dark.
I like bacon.
Who doesn't?
It's a kid's movie.
Kids eat bacon.
I think we're going to see Green Goblin or Hobgoblin in this one be the main bad. And everything with 2099, that's just going to be a storyline that's going to continue on throughout the whole series. But God, I just keep thinking back to Norman Osborn and the whole thing. I feel like we're going to get them at some point. And even if it's in the MCU, which I'm shocked they haven't done it yet, once they're done with Thanos, that's got to be next on their big board. Osborn, I'm sorry, it has to be.
Just bring back Willem Dafoe. Just bring him back. He's the only one I will accept. No one else. No one else.
Like Wolverine, I'll accept no one but Hugh Jackman.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Guys, the real answer here is Venom. It's one of the biggest movies of last year, in addition to this movie, and we need to get Venom in an animated Spider-Man movie.
Is he
Sony's
voiced
saying that
by-
right now.
Voiced by Tom Hardy.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, he is. Sony,
I think that would be incredible.
there's a meeting right now going on. Sony is saying that they have Venom on a board with Tom Hardy's head, and they're just slapping it over and over again and saying everything.
Made $1 billion.
Everything we
They
got.
made $1 billion. It needs to be animated.
And Aunt May and Spidey Ma'am too, with Aunt May's Spider version. That's on the board too for whatever reason. But I can see it. But how far are they going to go with Venom with the kids? I mean, how much traction are you going to get from
I think
taking
it just
that
it
character?
doesn't have to. Yeah, I think a little cameo could be awesome. I don't think it needs to be the big bad of the movie, but dropping another important and successful bit of your IP into this movie seems like a no-brainer to me.
Of course, yeah.
Did it make $1 billion, by the way?
Oh, I don't think so. No.
I think it made
No
globally.
way.
I think it made $1 billion.
No way. No.
I said $1 billion.
$1 billion?
Okay, it made a lot of money. It made a lot of money.
Yes.
And Tom Hardy is amazing.
I just got
Correct
that
him in the comments
awful
below.
song stuck in my head.
Also, remember, we saw a teaser at the end of Venom for
Spider-Verse.
the Spider-Verse. The clip that we had already seen, obviously, but it said, meanwhile, in a different multiverse, this is going down. So there is connection between
Right, okay.
this live-action Venom movie and the animated Spider-Verse. So to me, it seems like super obvious to just drop a little hint in there, give us a little Easter egg, and show Tom Hardy.
Yeah, you're onto something here.
Okay.
Or
What about
they go
Carnage?
like complete. We're not ready for Carnage yet. That's
That
definitely
kid's
not for the
movie.
kids.
No, the kids are not ready for Carnage.
But what if they had a scene where they went like completely Who Framed Roger Rabbit on us and literally had Tom Hardy live action in the animated multiverse?
Do it.
I mean, Space Jam was a hit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, one of my favorite movies
They
ever.
should just have that as a post-credit scene. Honestly, just
Yes.
do that.
Greg, I want to be in the movie.
Well,
Not just post-credits.
well, it's like Treehouse of Horror Simpsons episode where, I can see it going down that way just for the final part of the film.
I think that fits
That's
into
it.
the style of humor that they have. That they
True.
would
Very much.
just
Yeah.
they'd go to some random universe that he's in and like show real Tom Hardy, and then they'd just cut away from it. Like when they're like
Tom Hardy will
traversing
do
through
it.
universes, and
Right.
they're like, oh, maybe this one has a
Tom Hardy's
Spider-Man,
eating
and Tom
people.
Hardy's just eating people.
Yeah. That's why I love Tom
Venom
Hardy.
does.
He's
Tom
down
Hardy-
for anything.
Tom Hardy doesn't eat people. Venom eats people.
Like not that one. They leave and they go to the next one. Okay, that works. All right, so out of everything we talked about today, what do you think's the most likely thing that's going to happen in the Spider-Verse sequel?
2099 will show up and he's going to have to give Miles a new mission. I think that's it. I don't know if he's going to take over the entire story because that's way too much of mirroring what we already got in the first one. I give it around 80% chance of happening.
Okay.
I agree. I think it's going to show a more mature and experienced Miles Morales. 2099 to be awesome to kind of move throughout the years. And I also think it's going to be about 90 spider people out of 100.
That's a lot of spider people.
Yeah.
They may fit in as many as possible, honestly. They're going to have those animator,
That Easter egg video is going to be really hard to edit.
those animators, those poor animators. Oh,
Spiders Man, all of those tiny little spiders.
God.
Spiders Man teams up with Man Spider.
I mean, I still want to
Spitting
see
spiders out of his mouth and
I
all
want
the
to
kids
see
in the
golden
theater.
sponge cake, guys. I want more sponge cakes, to
Okay.
be honest. So.
All right, let us know what you thought about my theory or anything that we talked about in today's episode in the comments below. Let us know what your theories are for Spider-Verse 2, and be sure to subscribe so you get more fan theories coming your way every Wednesday.
Also, say what's up to Spider Greg in the comments.
Don't do it again. Don't touch me. Don't
us.
touch me.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Blah, 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 blah. Go through 1, 2.
You know, Dave's going to use a whole bunch of this.
I know.
Don't use this, Dave.